Welcome to the channel and Medieval Kingdom Wars, and this is going to be a short video on update 49, which was released on the 28th of February 2018 if you're watching this in the future. Now this represents quite a major update that is going to involve me probably doing a fair amount of talking, because there's not much I can actually demonstrate on the campaign map or in skirmish mode. So I'm going to try and keep this short, but as with my previous updates, I'm going to let the devs have the first word. It says here, Update 49 Game Changer. After nearly 2 weeks of grueling work, we are happy to present you with Update 49 that we, with a good reason, are calling the Game Changer. From total rework of the world map, AI rules and behaviour, to finalising the core diplomacy and completely reworking how to integrate it into the game. Same time, we are also introducing taking over kingdoms and eliminating other lords and countries, and so much more. For example, the long requested feature where we have pre-made unit groups in battles sorted by unit type. And last but not least, battalion surviving member count and individual unit hit points are now saved, and there's no such thing as a perfect lossless battle. Get ready to see your campaign empires crumble. And I think that kind of rounds out what this update's about. It's very much about pulling together the various threads within the game and into a way that it can then start to flesh out more, make things far more interesting. So what I'm going to do first, guys, is I'm going to kind of go through the new features and one or two other features that have caught my eye. Then what we're going to do is go in on the campaign map, and I'll probably repeat a bit of what I've just said and try and show you some of the features that I can show you, and maybe talk about something where maybe we could look for new features in the future. So here we go, guys. New features. Player and AI units remember their hit points and after a battle. And this is going to be quite important, because up until now, whenever you fought an auto resolve battle or a battle, you either lost a complete unit or the units were magically restored to full capacity. And that was a little bit of a pain from the point of view if you were fighting the AI, especially if you were in a slightly weaker position and tried to use the auto resolve. What would happen is the AI could keep whacking you, winning, and slowly destroy your army over a period of time. And I'm really glad to see that comes in. The only thing I will say about that, guys, is I've done a little bit of test play, and I'm not too sure, and I'm asking you guys if you actually know, is how an army can actually replenish, because the garrisons have been changed in improvements, so they replenish over time according to difficulty on a monthly basis. But I haven't seen a similar mechanic for the army, but maybe I'm missing something, so don't take it words. What I'll probably do is get back to you on that once I've had a chance to get in some serious gameplay. And the next feature is related to the first one. It says auto resolve now can damage a unit instead of destroying it. So that's what comes back to what I was saying, guys, is that you no longer get this where the AI completely wipes out whole swathes of your army in a auto resolve. And the next one is each lord rather than nations can attack. So what it basically means is that you can have a war within a kingdom. So if you start pushing your next door neighbor lord and start being annoying him, there's a good chance he may actually declare war on you. So you can actually have inter-lord conflict within a kingdom, which sounds pretty interesting. And the next one is something I can show you in a minute, which is town banners show war and peace icons. So you can see who around you are at peace with and at war with. It says AI will be able to raise more armies, so they've obviously beefed the AI. It says on medium the AI will be able to raise 1.5 more armies. I'm not too sure how many armies they can actually raise. And on hard they can double the number of armies they can raise. And the next one is actually work in progress. It says RTS GUI now includes unit type group button, so it means that you can now group buttons according to unit type. And the next one is defeated lords will be removed from the Chancellor window. So what happens is, as you wage your major campaign across the map, you can slowly wipe out the lords within your kingdom. And of course that is then followed up by the fact that as every major kingdom falls, they will also be removed from the diplomacy list. So you can see your empire growing and your opposition shrinking. So I think that is going to be a key element of the campaign as you grow, is to be able to see your empire building up and going and spreading. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is move on to improvements. It says Chancellor menu shows if player is an outlaw. So you'll be able to see on your chart on the Chancellor menu whether you are the outlaw and the rest of the kingdom is at war with you. That's going to be an interesting concept to develop, and I'm looking forward to doing some campaign play and seeing how that works. Another improvement is event log no longer shows lines about AI army movements versus AI towns. So basically you should get a much more simpler event log. And there's a couple of balancing changes as well. It says player initial standing is now 25. And the one I've already mentioned, guys, where it says town garrisons restore hit points based on difficulties per month. So it means that if you've fought a major battle and you've got damaged garrison units, they will be able to recover over time. Right, guys, what I'm going to do now, just to round this video off, is we're going to go into the campaign map and we're going to start a new game, and I think we're going to fight as England, because I know that we're going to get into a bit of a battle relatively quickly, courtesy of the French army that always comes over and is thoroughly annoying. Right, guys, so here we are, we're on the campaign map. Obviously as England we start in Dover. We've got our little bit of an army here, and what I'm actually going to do is transfer units, and I'm going to grab these over. I'm going to really boost my army up a bit, and maybe we'll get rid of the escalade ladders, because obviously now I'm not recommending this as good gameplay, guys. What I'm doing is just boosting my army up so that when the French do show up and attack, I will have an army that will actually put up a bit of a resistance. We've now got a strength of 70. And while we're waiting for the French to show up, well, I'll just give you a tour now. You can see, if I zoom in on Lewis, you can see these are friends. The icon's a little bit small, but at the same time, I prefer the icon to be a little bit smaller like this than really big and obtrusive, because obviously if the campaign map starts to look a little bit too cluttered, then it just becomes irritating. And if we come down to Paris here, you can see here we're actually at war with the French here. So that's the icon there, guys. So a small change, but a big change, especially when you're planning your campaigns to expand. You can see around here we're all surrounded by friends, because of course we're part of the England. And in here, obviously, we've got here, and across the bottom you can see which countries we are at war with. And of course we've still got our standing of 25, so we're not an outlaw. But I'm assuming what happens is that if we become outlaw, then these guys start to become our enemies as well. And whether that's reflected in this screen or whether it's actually reflected on the campaign map is something we're just going to have to see. Here they come. I'm just going to speed up a bit, guys. I mean, this is one of the slightly annoying features I find with the campaign map. The fact that these guys will come in. I don't know how big an army they've got. They've got 54. And now they're going to come in and attack and stand there. And they will, oh, they bottled out. No, they've wandered off again, guys. Let's say this is something that does annoy me, because they attack. Okay, so they've wandered back again. See if they will attack us. If not, we will attack them. Okay, they don't seem to want to. Okay, let's. Okay, we're just gonna attack them. Victory. The army is safe. And that's one way you can actually do it. But just to, I mean, the real reason for this is just to show you guys here. Of course, we've lost our serfs, so we'd have to replenish the serfs. But you can see our army here is actually. You can see the hit points you can in there, and I don't know if you can actually see the individual hit points of the army. I suppose you won't see those until you actually come here, but you can see that these armies are actually damaged. There, that's a militia, but we've actually managed to defend our empire against that. And of course, what we'd have to do is build into here again. And just to show you the scribe now, that something you can see that we're seeing the army movements and messages related to the people we're fighting. So Ipswich Kingdom of England has fallen to an army from the Bohemian. I don't know, did they get up that far? La Rochelle has fallen to England. So what they're saying is that up here, Ipswich. Oh, so these guys got across and attacked. Okay, that's interesting. And of course, what we really need to do is actually transfer units from here. So what we probably need is a couple of serfs. But I've completely denuded my garrison, which is not recommended if you're playing a proper campaign, guys. Maybe I will do an English campaign just to give you a start. In fact, I'm just going to ask you guys a question. Would you like to see some videos? Oh, looks like there's a bit of a glitch there with that guy's hand. Yeah, would you like to see some videos like getting started videos for, say, France, England, maybe Scotland and Ireland, so that I can highlight the strategies for just getting out the starting blocks, getting your empire up and running? Because obviously the strategy is different from, say, Orleans, who's pretty safely entrenched in the centre of France. So if you would like to see some videos like that about getting started in different factions, feel free to add it in the comments. That's what kind of thing I'm thinking about just at the moment. And what I will show you guys also the diplomacy, and this is moving now more on to what I'd like to see in the future, is I'd like to see this expanded. And from a point of view of sending a gift, I think I would like to see is something like send a small gift, send a big gift, and maybe expand these hostile intrigues. And another one that springs to mind off the top of my hat, I don't know if it's possible, would be, say, to be able to arrange a marriage within the royal family or with one of these lords. So say, for example, who owns Lewis? He's actually King of England, Earl William of Wyndham. So if we get off of that, and yeah, so who's Earl William of Wyndham? Duke William, Earl William of Wyndham. So say like you could arrange a marriage with his daughter, with a princess, to build an alliance between, say, these two lords. And then of course, if you want to be really dark and devious, I mean, it'd be nice to have an assassination attempt in here. So you could maybe marry his daughter and effectively become it, and then assassinate him, and then you could get his Lewis and Maidstone by assassination. But of course, if you try to assassinate and fail, that could make you outlaw with everybody turning against you. I mean, that could be fun, but that's just me dreaming, guys. I'm not saying that's a feature of the game. It's something that maybe may come in time. I'm pretty sure that the devs have got some ideas about developing the diplomacy. I can see, because obviously this game is still very much in early access. Whoops, there's a little bit of a graphic glitch there. I'm not sure if I can show you anything else. Just have a quick look through, guys, what I could show. Or what I can do is show the kind of group feature. If we nip into Dover. So here we are, guys. We're on the city map. Let's get, well, what you can do, see again, is if you just click here, you double, and that's a double left click. You can see you get this icon here. And it'd be really cool if you could, oh yeah, look at that. So if you do it, you can actually allocate the task to both guys. I'm assuming these guys are okay. Yep, they're both working on that. I mean, that's a very, very useful feature as well. We'll just move the wagon over here. And of course, if I can find my troops, they should be lurking up here somewhere. Where are you? Where's all my troops gone then? Okay. Oh, because I've nicked them all. I'm like, haha. Sorry about that, guys. I don't really have that much in the way of troops. But again, here, see, if you double left click, guys, you get both bowmen now come in on that. And of course, what you can do is click that, and then you can make them effectively into a group. So if you come down here and click on those, and then if you press 1, that takes you back to these guys. So if I can just demonstrate, guys, if I press 2, oh, if we click these, and these guys are 2, and if we go to 1, that's 1, that's 2. So that's how the grouping can now work, and I really like that. That's a major step in the right direction, guys. And I think that's about all I can really demonstrate on the map. I think I've shown you, well, let's get out of this, get back to the world map. Obviously, a lot of the features in this update are related to the campaign progressing, of how you're expanding your empire, and so that will be coming in the future, guys. I can promise you that. And just to confirm, guys, that, and you see I've got a little bit of standing actually. That's interesting. I'm not sure where that standing came from. Maybe you gain standing now over time by playing or doing things, or maybe if by winning a battle you get a little bit of standing as well. I mean, that would be cool, guys. And we got lots and lots of cash, but I think this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. I can't think of anything else that could be show. Obviously, if there's more updates in the future, I will be making a short video on it. And just to reiterate, guys, if there's anything specific you want to see or want me to demonstrate, feel free to add it in the comments, especially with the relations of, you know, getting started campaign play. Oops, looks like there's somebody coming this way. Okay, this is an army from Venice. Cool, he's come a long way. Okay, who's he going to be attacking? So this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. If you want the full details of the update, it will be listed in the video description for you to have a look round and see. So all I can say, guys, is hope you've enjoyed this update video, and think about what you want to see, add a comment, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.